Hello everybody, this is Sherry at djsundry.blogspot.com, and this is a special video that I'm doing for the Tuesday tutorial over at gettingcricky.com. So today I am going to make a snowman card. Now I know Christmas is over, but this one is more just for winter in general and not Christmas. So what I'm going to be using several things. The first thing I'm going to use is these Tim Holtz Alterations rosettes. Now I have the regular paper rosettes, and then I have the mini rosettes. I run these through my Cuttlebug, and they come in 3 sizes. And I just want to begin by showing you exactly how to make those. They're very simple. So I ran them through my Cuttlebug. Now you do need extender plates if you're using your Cuttlebug. So I use both B plates and my C plate, and I ran these through. Now the mini rosettes cut 2 different sizes of rosettes, and then this regular paper rosette die cuts a larger one. So I've already done that, and now let me show you how we're going to put it together. Once it's cut, this is the piece. This is the large rosette, and this is the way it looks. And each of these lines here are actually perforations. And then also cut with that is the rosette holder. Now I wanted to put these on the bottom because I didn't want this to show. Now you really need 2 rosette holders, and so what I used to cut the second one is I just took my 5/8 circle paper punch and just punched a hole. And so then simply all you do is you just accordion fold it back and forth and back and forth. Now the paper that I have here is from Recollection, and it is this year's Christmas pack, and I will show that to you in just a minute. I had just picked it up at Michael's, and I really like it. It's actually sandable paper, which is really cool. You can sand it and do fun things with it. And I decided to go with this because I wanted a little bit of texture to my snowmen that I'm going to make using these rosettes. And it does have red showing through it, and I debated about doing a different piece of paper, but I decided to just let the rosette, the red show through. So once it's accordion folded, it looks something like this. And then you can take whatever glue you prefer. You can use hot glue. Today I'm using my Glossy Accents. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to join these 2 pieces together. And white, oops, my Glossy Accent needs a pin run through it. Just one second here. You want white on white because that's really where you're going to, you want the white to show. So you're going to join the red side to the top of the white side, just like so. And just hold it there for a minute. It doesn't take long to dry at all. And then you have this little circle. Now on these rosette dies, and you don't have to have this die to make a rosette. You can use a score pal and perforate it. There's a Cricut cartridge that makes rosettes. This is just the way I've been making my rosettes. So now what you're going to do, if you notice one side of it, the rosette is flat, and that's going to be the inside of your rosette. The other side has like a picket fence top or a scallop top, and that you want to be the outside. So I want to work on the back side, so I'm going to, you just gather it all together, and then you just fold it out just like so. Now you have to keep pretty good hand on that, or it will all fall apart. And then you take your little binding button, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's what would be the front. Now in the picture this is the front, but for this project I didn't want this big old rosette binder thing on the front, and you just hold it. Now hot glue gun would work really well for this step, especially. You could use it for the whole thing if you wanted, but it would really work well for this step. And then you just kind of hold it there long enough to dry, and I'm not going to hold it because I've already done it, but once it's dry, then you can take your button and put it on the top, and this is your finished rosette. This is the back side, and this is the top side, and it's really a fairly simple project there. And because I use both I have the 3 different sizes of rosettes here, the small, the medium, and the large. So we're just going to set that aside for right now. And we're going to get to making our card. Now, for this particular card, I wanted a tall card. So I took a legal size envelope and measured the envelope, and then I cut my card. So this base is 9 1/4 inches tall by 7 3/4 inches wide, and then it's folded down the center. And I just did that with my bone folder. I didn't even use the scoreboard or anything. And I cut it like that. The Recollections paper, I just wanted to show you this paper pack. This was the classic Christmas paper pack, and that's where I took this paper from. And then I had this paper from hot off the press. It's called BJ Snowman. This is an old paper. I don't even know if it's still available. And I didn't want any of the design on it. I just wanted the background paper. You've got the black coming through with the, like the midnight blue and different shades of blue and even some white. And I wanted that to be my base paper. So I took that and I cut it at 3 5/8 inches wide by 9 inches tall. And this is where I'm going to do my stamping, and in this case, embossing. Now, I am using stamps from K. Andrew Designs, of course, and the one I'm using for this is called Winter Wishes. And I'm actually using 3 different stamps for this. I'm using Snow and Burr and Wishes, this one right here. So I've set up my little stamp block here, and I'm going to put Snow Wishes up in the corner. And I have a couple different white ink pads, and I just didn't like the way I did some practice runs, and I did not like the way they turned out at all. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to use my Versamark pad, and then I'm going to use white embossing powder and call it good. So we'll put our Versamark up in the corner here, and I kind of want it high on the corner, and I'll just stamp that down. Now, K. Andrew Design stamps are so great. A portion of all of her proceeds is donated to charity, and they're all made in the United States, which is a really good thing. And so I really like to use these stamps. They're so simple to use, and there are so many phrases you can mix and match. It's kind of fun when you mix and match sets too. So I have my Snow Wishes up there, and I'm just going to pause the video while I do my heat embossing, just because my embossing tool is kind of noisy. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I will show you how that turned out in just a minute. But first I want to show you this little piece. Now this is the same cardstock that I used on the rosettes. And what I did is I cut that at 3 5/8 inches wide, and then I had ripped the top of it, and then I cut it at about 2 1/2 inches from this corner because I wanted that rough edge. And this is actually going to go on the inside of the card, and this is where I want to put my phrase that says Burr. So I've already got that mounted on a block, and I just have a black Excelsior ink pad here, and I am going to mount that says Burr. Let me see, I just kind of messed up my stamp just a little bit, and I'm afraid I'll stamp it wrong. Alright, so that says Burr, and I'm just setting that right on the bottom corner. Now this is actually a gift card, but I don't want it to be too Christmassy, although for my, even though it's way past Christmas, this is kind of a late Christmas gift for somebody on my list. But I wanted you to see this card so that you could see how that you can use these stamps all winter long, not just at Christmas time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right on the inside just like that, and I'll just tape that down. And I'm only going to use tape it on 3 sides because I want the top open so that I can slide a little gift card that I purchased in there for it. But you could use this any time of the year, and for any just a fun winter. You could even say happy birthday instead of Burr, and do it as a birthday card for one of your January birthdays. Just a very simple little card here. Now, because this is black on the inside, when I go to fill it in do my hand sentiment to my recipient, I will do that with a white pen. So that's the way it looks on the inside, just very simple. And then I also took, I've gone ahead and I've taped down my blue background paper. See up here it says Snow Wishes, and so we have both the Snow Wishes and then the burr from the Winter Wishes stamp set. And then I took another piece, and this is 3 3/8 inches wide, and I just kind of played with it and cut it. Oh, I think it's about 3 inches tall or something. I didn't even measure it. I just kind of eyeballed it. And I've already adhered that down. And if you can notice, I've torn that so that the red base is coming through the top, just to give it a little more interest and color. And then this is where I'm going to put my Tim Holtz snowman. And I may have to move it over to the side just a little bit. Now, as you can probably imagine, this is going to cost me extra postage. So just beware when you do something with this much bulk. Even my Christmas cards this year cost me a little bit extra in postage, just because of I think all I had put on it was just a diamond like thing in the middle of the snowflake, and they said, oh, we better charge you extra, because I would hate for them to all come back if the other post office cared. So I had to pay 20 cents extra. So beware of that when you are doing bulky cards. You're probably going to have to pay a little bit extra for your postage. In this case, that's fine with me. Now, my adhesive, I'm using Zip Dry on this particular part. I may switch to my glossy accents, but I am just putting the adhesive right on that medallion holder, right in the center. And this is kind of an abstract snowman, just very simple. I just thought he would be kind of cute. Now, before I adhere the top one, I want to show you the other little thing that I did here. Is I have this holiday time stretch gift tie that I got on clearance one year after Thanksgiving or Christmas, not even this year. And I'm going to use that and kind of tie a bow and have it peeking out or below. Actually, I probably won't even tie it as a bow. I'll just kind of glue it down just like that. I can go back up and trim it up later if I want. But just to kind of look like the scarf where you would put a snowman. Again, this isn't it's just kind of abstract, kind of fun. And that's just going to go there, and we'll have that peeking out from underneath. And then my last little, put my head down. And we actually are getting pretty close to being done with this card. Just a few more finishing touches. I don't want it so abstract that it doesn't look like a snowman. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is we'll just kind of let that adhere down and dry. Now, Zip Dry dries very quickly, as you know. So now I have these gradient jewels from Creative Charms, and these are some that Crystal from Candor Design actually sent me. And I'm going to use the black ones to come up with some fun little designs for it. I think we're going to do some buttons here, so let's do maybe one there. See if I can, this may not work as buttons very well. We'll have to see. Doesn't really look like it. Maybe I'll just put one in each spot just like that. And then I think he needs a couple little eyes. We'll just see. I may just take them off and just leave them really abstract. That's the beauty of creating as you go, because if you don't like it, you just make something different. Yeah, I think I will leave that. And then I have some, I think it's candy cane stickles here. And I think I'll just draw a little mouth. And I think I'm just going to dot his little mouth on there. I don't think I'm even going to... There we go. And there we have our little snow wishes. Abstract Snowman. So thanks for stopping. I hope you will get some rosettes and play with that, and I really hope you'll find some of these great stamp releases over at K. Andrew Designs. And I have to say, there's some new stamp releases coming up very soon. Some great stamps coming up. So I hope you check those out. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Good night. Hi everybody, this is Sherry, and I just wanted to show you some finishing touches that I made. First of all, I have this ice blue crinkle ribbon from 3 Girl Jam, and I just tied a bow on the bottom of the card and ran it behind the base. And then also, I didn't really like the way the eyes and the mouth looked on the little snowman, and I decided to keep it more abstract and just put a dot in the middle, and I got rid of the eyes and the nose. So I just like the way that finished it off a little bit better. And we'll just kind of straighten out that bow a little bit. And there's our card. So thanks for stopping by on djsundry.blogspot.com as well as gettingcricky.com for today's Tuesday tutorial. Have a great day. Bye.